Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have finally finished the Poppy War series, so you know what that means. Time to do a Ranking the Poppy War video. If you guys are new to the channel and do not know how one of these videos works, let's quickly explain that. Every time we finish a series, I do a video like this, where we go through each book in whatever series we just finished, rank them in order, and then I'll give a brief explanation of why I put that book in the specific place in the list. As we're going through and reviewing the book, I'm going to keep my points fairly short, because a lot of my more in-depth thoughts are in that book's specific video, and I just don't want to rehash the same video entirely. So if you guys want to get my more in-depth thoughts, just watch that book's specific video for my more in-depth thoughts. As we go through each review, I will have a link to that book's specific review video in the corner so you guys can go and rewatch that video specifically. Real quick before we get started, if you guys have been enjoying this content, please do not forget, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss a video when I drop it. So, with all that out of the way, let's get started. Taking the number 3 spot is going to be the Poppy War. As the introduction to the Poppy War series, I think the Poppy War book does a really good job introing Rin, our main character, and giving us a really good understanding of the world that Rin is living in, and explaining why she really wants to change it. Like, the beginning of the book is really good at giving us a lot of the lore of the world in general, and I really do like this book as the start of the book. I think Rin is a very good character as a really naive girl who wants to try and change her situation, but gets in way over her head and doesn't understand what's about to happen to her because she makes that fateful decision. And I really love Rin's arc in this book. It's about her finally becoming a soldier and fighting for something that she really does believe in. And I feel like that is a really good arc for this book. And overall, this was a really good introduction to the series overall. The only thing that kind of drags this book down that I've talked about pretty extensively in my review for Poppy War is that there are certain points where I think this book really speeds up and is a lot fast-paced than it really needs to be. And a lot of that is during Rin's shaman training. I kind of get why the book needs to get through that to get to the war and stuff, but it's like, I find that really interesting, and I really wanted the book to take its time in explaining how the shaman powers work and everything. Other than the whole moving really fast at parts thing in the beginning, this book really is a very good introduction to the series overall. Taking the number 2 spot is going to be Dragon Republic. So, jumping right into my thoughts about Dragon Republic really quick. I really did enjoy Rin's arc in this book. She goes from this sort of naive new warrior that she was in Poppy War to a more experienced warrior who is just trying to do her best to survive the war. And we see a lot of that with Rin's whole poppy addiction that she starts in Poppy War and then continues into Dragon Republic. Her arc is very good of her trying to cope with everything that's going on. I really did enjoy her arc. Another standout character was Neza, because we had seen a lot of Neza in the first book because he and Rin kind of become friends during Poppy War because they're forced to work together. But in this book, they really do become good friends as they're working for Vezra and his whole revolution and everything. The relationship between the two of them is pretty good, and I really like Neza's arc in and of itself because Neza in this book gets a lot of focus, and a lot of that focus is on his backstory, which really does explain why he acts the way he acts in book 1. So overall, I did enjoy Rin and Neza and the book overall as the second entry into the series. The main reason this beats out Poppy War is because it doesn't have pacing problems. This book is really well paced. Everything moves along pretty well and everything is given the proper time it needs to breathe. So I really do enjoy how this book flows together, and it flows slightly better than Poppy War does. Surprising absolutely no one, number 1 is going to be Burning God. Now, I just made a full 21-minute video reviewing this book, so I am going to try and keep this pretty brief, but if you guys, again, want my more in-depth thoughts, rewatch that video. I go into a heck of a lot more detail about my thoughts of the book in that video. But starting out, Rin, again, continued to be awesome, but this time, she finally finished her arc, and in this book, she really becomes her own character, and she realizes that she doesn't need people like Vezra and Altan and the others to praise her and to just give her admiration and everything. She realizes that she can really be her own person, and she finally becomes the warlord that we kind of always suspected that she could become. So her arc was really good. It finally came full circle. I loved seeing the trifecta come together. We'd seen a lot of them through the first two books, but we never really got an in-depth explanation until Burning God, which I really enjoyed because it filled in a lot of the past, and learning about the trifecta's past gave us a chance to connect it to what's going on in the present. Real reason that Burning God beats out the other two books by a mile is because of the ending. This ending is so good. Again, I go through a lot more of why I enjoy this ending in my Burning God review video, so I'm not going to rehash what I said there, but ending is such a good ending because it comes full circle. It shows how much Neza, Rin, and Kate have all grown as characters, and it's just a really good all-around ending that ties the entire series up in a really nice, neat bow, and it gives us a really satisfying conclusion to a series that I have really enjoyed reading. I love Burning God's ending. It's just so cathartic and the best ending, I think, of the three. Again, watch my video for my more specific thoughts, but I really do love this ending for the book itself and as the series ending. Okay guys, so final thoughts on the Poppy War series in general here. I think this was a really good series. I really enjoyed Rin's arc, starting from a small peasant girl who just wants to make the world a better place for herself to becoming a warlord and just becoming what she really was meant to become. I loved Rin's arc. Again, it was really relatable. I really liked Neza as a sort of side character slash antagonist. I really enjoyed his character, and I really enjoyed the world the book brought. It was such a good world. I really hope we do get more Poppy War related content because I really want to continue to read about this world that Rebecca F. Kong was able to make. I want to read more of this, and I really hope we do eventually get something more. So if you guys are looking for a really cool YA that's a little bit different, I would highly recommend the Poppy War. If you guys like stuff like The Hunger Games, Red Rising, stuff like that, I would highly recommend reading the Poppy War. I enjoy all those series, and I definitely did enjoy the Poppy War. So if you guys are into that, I would highly recommend the Poppy War series. You know the drill. If you guys have read the Poppy War series and want to discuss it, feel free to discuss it in the comments. Just please try and keep it spoiler free for anyone who hasn't read the books and might want to in the future. If you guys have your own rankings of the Poppy War series, I would love to read those and try and give explanations as to why you put the books where you do. But I really want to see what you guys think of the series overall if you've read it before. Down in the comments. As always, if you guys have books you want me to do reviews on in the future, leave them down in the comments. If you guys want to follow me on social media, my Instagram is Riley Murray Book Reviews, my Twitter is Riley T. Murray, my Facebook is also Riley Murray Book Reviews, and I also have recently started a Discord server, which is Riley Murray Book Reviews. I will put links to all those accounts down in the description if you guys want to go and follow them. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please do not forget, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss anything. Have a great week, and don't forget, keep on reading.